Welcome to our fourth episode.
Fourth episode.
Wonderful to be here. I'm glad.
This is the guy who ditched us last week.
Come on.
You never
I was on the way, guys. I was on the way.
And what happened?
You could just tell us that, guys, I'm on a date.
Wow.
So I'm not coming.
Mrs. Me was available and around, my guy.
Ooh, fancy. Mrs. Me. Hey.
But anyways, welcome our guys.
Mrs. Hey, Mrs. You, Mrs. What?
So excited to be here. Yo, looking at this, yo, you guys did a great job.
Did we?
Yes. A wonderful job, and I'm so glad.
Good job.
I realized that I'm not even needed.
Where?
Here, my friend.
No. Your problem is you don't show up for a studio recording
Ish.
because you're on a date.
So, by the way,
And
my
guess what?
date, just know that I had to write a report. And I wrote a report, and now, they've given me this assignment back.
Report?
Didn't you make me write a report? Fakwaramba.
Who?
Ah, look at him.
Where's
He's
the
digi-
report? We
Where's
need
the
to read it
report?
to the audience.
I'm so sorry for not showing up for the podcast because I'd gone on a date.
You only admitted today that he was on a date.
Well,
On Sunday, he was like, I'm home. I'm coming. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 10 minutes. Then we started recording without him.
but now I am here, and I'm ready for this.
You are back.
It's fine.
I am-
I hope she's listening.
She,
I hope she's listening.
didn't you see her comment?
And she realized.
I think, yo.
Yeah, I saw a comment.
Yeah.
I saw a comment, I was like, hey.
Shout out
I
to
was
you.
like,
Shout out to
how
you.
come that Brendan is commenting minutes after this such person comments? Together. You must know each other.
We actually listened to the podcast together. That's why I'm saying that you guys did a great job.
We gave him what to talk about in this date. We gave him stuff.
You're talking about us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he was talking about us.
You're
I can
watching
imagine
us.
him will be like, so the guys are onto this, and they are, Peter, Elvis,
These are my guys. Proud of you guys. Proud of
Okay,
you.
enough about this. Talk to the audience. Talk to the audience.
Yo, guys, we welcome you to our fourth episode, and we are glad to have you engaged today. And yo, it's the team today, and I'm happy to be with you again, you guys. Wow.
No, it seems like now you're making it official that it's a two-man band, and you are just jumping in.
Just a ghost. Yes, but yo, it's been a good journey though. Our observation of how these guys are interacting with our podcast. Hey, thank you guys for subscribing to getting to this number.
Ongoing challenge, right? Like we need to reach 100 subscribers at least by end of the week. I know it was supposed to be the previous week, but now we're talking about this coming week.
We can do it.
Really?
Yeah, we can do it.
Invite them to jump on the.
Yo,
onto the
so this is my invitation, the first invitation. My date, please share this, Share this podcast with your friends, your colleagues, and
You're
everyone.
inviting Mrs. You to.
Man, she loves this, man. She loves this. I'm telling you straight up. And
Loves us.
me.
She can't love you without loving
I
us
just wanted to
on
see
this
his reaction.
podcast.
I just wanted to see his reaction.
Yeah.
Did you see his face? He was like, what are you talking about?
Man.
I'm like, what are you talking about? She's Mrs. Me. Well, but I'm glad to be here today, man. Like we are learning as we go.
Yeah.
That this is not going to be easy, but we rely on our listeners and our audience to like, share, subscribe. As Peter would say, let me try to imitate Peter's voice.
Let's
I'm
go.
right here, bro.
Keep liking, subscribing, and sharing.
What's up with the...
That's how he does it.
The gestures, bro.
I'm right here. Actions speak loud.
Okay, can you do it one more time?
Like what?
Yeah, you see? Like what?
Like what?
That's Peter. That's Peter's move. I think one of these days we need to play a game. Imitate.
Oh, a mimic game. Look at that. Who imitate you, Peter?
So for
What
the
is the
whole
name of
episode,
the
I'll
event?
just be like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know.
So excited.
You're roasting me.
No, we're not roasting you, Peter.
You're roasting me on air.
Surprisingly, this episode is not even named Peter's Roast.
Look at that.
The roast.
The
The
roast
roast.
of Peter.
Yes. The
No,
roast.
but we're glad to have Brandon with us. And Peter and myself, we're still here.
And
Brandon
also,
paid for his sins.
Omega is not around.
She's expensive.
She needs to write a report.
Yeah.
You see, you guys are wrote a report.
Oh my God, if you're watching this, we need a report. Why you missed work. This is a job.
This is work.
Indeed.
This is work, so this is a job.
Not around.
Gotta take it serious, huh?
Yeah, man.
So people gotta write reports now.
AfroSaints, we take it serious.
Yeah, but
This week,
since you said about the ongoing challenge that you're facing lately.
no, we are not facing. We are promoting a challenge, like
Okay.
a hashtag 100 subscribers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
road to 100 subs. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. I believe
So
in you.
we are not
guys.
facing a challenge. We are not in crisis. No.
You know the best that we have?
Mm.
Man, I love them. Man. I just love the fact that they're keeping up with us, and that's one fact that I've observed from those that are actually engaging with us.
You
And
mean those that we have?
my guy.
What do you have?
Yeah, I feel like she's talking about.
He's talking about it.
hey.
Yeah.
And I feel like this whole episode is going to be about
She needs to subscribe ASAP.
she's already.
Should we invite you on the show?
I don't know, it's up to him,
Wow.
manager.
Do you want us to invite you on the show?
Let's just talk about today.
This is today.
Today's topic.
Oh, okay. So you gave me a breaking that you watched the episode with you.
Yes, man.
With you. And then here we are. We're like, man, I feel like today you're just gonna be bringing that up too often.
I just had to bring that up.
Do you feel that we should invite you on the show?
One of the days you definitely come through.
In the future.
In the future.
Are you sure you're willing to go down that road? Inviting you on the show?
As long as you're going not to roast her like you're doing Peter right now.
Oh, so now you know.
Yeah, the gestures,
Now
eh?
you know.
You are
He
admitting
just
that it's a
roasting me.
roast. Come on, man.
Now I feel like a DJ. Now you are roasting me.
Brandon, we are not roasting anybody.
Do you see that already?
Okay.
We are not doing that.
I see you.
Guys, but you know what? Talking about today, like thinking about today, I thought of like depression. Is depression real in Africa?
Akuzvitisa.
From the way we're raised with our African mothers,
Yeah.
man, you won't have
Sarro.
time to be depressed.
Sorrow.
They'll say, you are missing
Come on.
the
Depression.
Tara beating.
Nah,
Depression.
depression is
Who?
Is
Depression
it?
is there.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it there?
it's there, man.
Help us understand, because I feel like we're
So you
jumping
mean
on
like
the subject that
you've
we
never
also
been-
need to be schooled.
You've never been depressed in your life.
I don't even know what it means, so I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Unless you're talking about
You
being
tell
sad or
me.
something like that, that's just like something to just brush off,
Alright,
sadness
so
and stuff.
imagine. So this is something else. Have you ever felt hungry?
I've starved.
No.
Yes,
Let's not talk about stuff.
Yeah.
felt hungry.
Like you feel like you are hungry. You know all the feeling you get. Do you even know that's hunger?
Like a real feeling.
Yeah.
Like,
Is that even hunger?
You just
Like how
start-
do you even tell
just
that
start-
you are hungry?
you just start thinking food.
And
And then I'm hungry.
Yeah, like I feel like it all starts in the brain, of course. But going with this hunger issue, I can't even tell when I'm hungry because I don't know what to feel, how my body reacts.
It's
Besides,
have you ever noticed if you're busy, if you're going through a busy day,
Yeah,
food won't come in
You
your
will
mouth.
never
barely
be
notice.
hungry.
Yeah,
that
you barely
even
notice,
had
yeah.
breakfast or lunch.
It will be 1 o'clock and you're like, but I haven't eaten anything, man.
So I'm hungry.
So I'm hungry.
Yeah, but you're like,
Yeah.
I didn't eat anything.
So
So then, no,
I must be
I
hungry.
missed lunch and breakfast, so I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
That's what tells you that you are hungry.
So you like depression goes along those lines. Like
No, I'm responding to the question you asked. Like, have you ever been depressed? I don't know the feeling of depression. I don't even know.
So it's a maybe. Maybe not.
It's not
I don't
even
know.
a maybe. I don't know if it was depression or what. I don't know. So you help me define what is
I should.
depression
I should
for you guys.
Man, depression, eh? Hey. I think, let me just put it out this way.
If it's a road depression, it's
Let's go. Let's go into this.
That's no. That's a depression.
We've been through a lot. I know that us as guys.
Speaking on my behalf.
Hey, I know you. We've been on this boat together. We all have been heartbroken, Sama.
No, not me. Not me.
Okay.
Not me.
So there's a stage, you feel like
Like this is too deep.
This is too deep, Okay. You can't handle this alone. To certain extent, and when it comes to such an extent that you start to feel those kind of suicidal thoughts, and you feel like you can't get out of this, or without her, or without him, you can't do anything. That's depression, I suppose. So coming from maybe something that would have triggered it, but then it being called depression, I would just say it's a heartbreak, because it's just a heartbreak.
Hey, we're not talking about heartbreak.
I know, but
He's talking about the source of depression.
if this is a source, this is where the depression would come from. Yeah, so every one of us would get into maybe some sort. Ukatonzi mangwana usvika pagraft overonzi mdara is a resignation later mdara. Just
No, you're not giving a resignation.
bayai pajeni. All right. Matonzi bayai. Matosvika kutonzi chibayai hapasina.
What do you wait?
My guy.
At work.
At work.
AfroSaints.
AfroSaints. Look at me. I almost got it, but I'm here. So
Wanted to resign.
I'm just saying there are sources where we get this.
So you're saying you wanted to resign?
From AfroSaints.
Yeah.
No.
Say you
No,
want
but they wanted
You want us to
to
issue
oppose.
you with a termination?
So that alone is a source of maybe depression.
Yeah, but still, I'm not getting this. What do we really define as depression?
it's kind of like hard to define it without going along the lines of anxiety, stress.
That's another huge word, man.
Stress.
Anxiety.
We need a dictionary.
Look at that.
We need a dictionary. Right
We
now.
do. But look at it. Anxiety, like what is brought. This is more like a feeling. So depression is a feeling.
Okay.
So we get to understand that it's a feeling which is related to sadness, and related to melancholy, related to anxiety. You see,
What is a melancholy?
so all these things,
Yeah.
they're just coming from something. So you cannot feel something all of a sudden without something triggering it.
Yeah, but
Hey. So do we get it now? Do we get it?
well, I don't understand the melancholy part.
Don't worry. You will get into it. We will get into it. But
So you're saying depression is like a moment of sadness,
exactly.
or when you're going through a rough patch.
But
But everyone goes through that. So are you saying that depression is in everyone?
so like a feeling.
Everyone in one point will have to go through a rough patch.
Exactly.
Is that depression?
So to us,
Or depression is
To us, it's also-
aggravated to maybe suicidal thoughts, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it would have reached some levels.
something like that. You would have gone to an extent that you feel yourself that I don't want to be with them, or I don't belong, or maybe I'm not good enough.
He's touching on what we talked about last week. The one at the
He was
back.
watching.
Yeah, he was watching. We're giving him the pressure when he was on the date.
Look at this
I
now.
heard he went on to a nice.
Okay, cool. So let me just keep quiet.
No, please say something. Say something.
Yeah, but all those kind of things, they are triggers to depression. That's why they call for mental health awareness, and especially for men. One thing about men is that, so he's speaking on behalf of men, that, do I really go through depression on behalf of men? Because men can't really open up. Because us being brought up, we were taught to face.
Opening up was considered as a weakness.
You see?
Was ended still.
And men don't cry. Eh? Men don't cry either, right?
Big boys don't cry.
You see, so all those things, we've been raised to overcome challenges.
To overcome or to overlook?
Both.
I think
Because overlooking is more like it's okay. But when you're overcoming,
that's exactly what we've been doing. You
Yeah.
start to feel those things, you'll be like, it's okay.
And we forget
It's
that
okay.
sometimes.
As a man, I know.
you can cry.
Not correct.
You won't. You don't even feel the pain. You see, you were taught not to feel.
Come on, imagine at a funeral a man doesn't cry.
Ndibaba vemusha ka.
What?
Ndibaba ka.
But you're going through also sadness and a sense of loss. So why don't you cry?
Man.
Were you not that close enough to the deceased?
No. Inini ndakachema panhamo ko vana vangu vanozoita sei.
Aiwa vana vanofana kuzati baba mai.
Baba.
Yeah. Baba is in pain. So
But yeah, so that's what we've been brought up to. We've been brought up to being
So
strong.
maybe that's why you're saying you've never had a heartbreak.
Yeah.
You've never been depressed.
because I don't know.
Because
We've
like
always been taught
you're
to
just
be
taught
tough.
to be.
Yeah.
Like they will teach you that a man has to be tough.
So it's like you were forced to
If you complain
stay on-
about certain things, they'll be like, hey, that's not what a man does.
Kunzwa nzara.
What? A man.
Kunzwa
Ah,
nzara. Zviti.
You see? So I don't know. I don't even know what it means, depression.
So I think you're right, because we come from maybe a similar background or a similar upbringing that it's unto
Come on,
us.
that's why we're all hanging out
Yeah.
in AfroSaints. We're from the same upbringing, same environment,
But
same place.
to now show that we've been deprived of feelings, we've been deprived of actually feeling the genuine feelings. Yeah, I would say that you were taught to be strong. You can't be
I
weak.
was told that I have to be strong.
And you learned through it. You learned through my sad situations that you were into, that you tell yourself that it's okay. Maybe let's just say losing someone you love, like you were talking about. You learned that it's okay. Even though it's heartbreaking, you told yourself that you would not cry. And you will not show your weaker self. Pamberi pevan.
Yeah, but
And-
are you even accepting that it's weakness? To cry.
To cry. I don't think so.
Yes.
What
a
makes
man.
you say that?
What makes you think that it's a weakness as a
No,
man?
are you accepting?
No, I'm not.
You said you are portraying or showing your weaker self.
No,
to people.
that's
So
what you were told.
Is you accepting that when you
No.
start crying in front of
This is
people,
exactly what we were told. That if you cry before people, you are showing yourself as a weak man. If you complain about certain things, mdara taitogonoenda munda tova tanzi iwo murume ungakundwe nemusikana uyu kuita sei kusakura kana kutimba munda. You see, all those things we had to prove ourselves to be men. So all our upbringing was more like to proving our capabilities and our abilities. So that alone, look.
So are you saying we need depression? Because you brought up a phrase that we've been deprived of our feelings.
Let me get into that.
We need depression.
So now looking into today, now men, they've been taught or they've been made aware that it's okay to cry. Yeah, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel weak sometimes. And if you look at it now, we are seeing that men are now evolving in a sense that kumbate tozoti kuti mudhara akasvika mumba hamuna majokes kana mudhara atosvika ka mwana wese go wash your feet maugara mumba.
First thing, you surrender the remote.
Imagine.
My father has to watch news.
Imagine. But I feel like now in our societies and in the communities that we are coming from, we are seeing kuti men are friendly and also men are loving.
Are they?
We are trying, man. We are trying.
Watch football. You know that men are friendly.
Come on, guys. For us, nothing has changed. But the newer generation, like maybe 5-year-olds, back then, yeah, kids of today, they can even respond.
Kupindura moms kana kupindura
If
mdara.
a parent is saying something to them, They can be like, mama, no.
Yeah, things are
During
changing.
your time, you didn't have to do
No,
that.
to who?
You get proper.
So you see, in
So I'm saying nothing changed for us. But then, look at it. Those generations that were brought up the opposite way from us are the ones that are going through depression.
which is
And
a
why
sad-
is it every time depression is associated with an artist, especially on the social media? It's an artist who's been lonely and he's been doing drugs.
They go along.
Yeah, but why?
I think with much fame comes much responsibility.
No.
If you're famous, what's
You
your
you
responsibility?
portray an image, Bakwaramba. You portray an image as a famous person. You have to present yourself somehow. Dara life
For
and
your fame. So are you saying if you are famous today,
man, there's a lot of
you're going
changes
to
that
be
will,
depressed?
there's a lot of changes that will happen.
You're going
You
to be
use-
depressed? One
no.
of the changes you admit that it will be depression.
So why would it be depression? I think the genuine love that you have with the people that you grow up with, and they see you as Elvis. The moment you become famous, the people that will come later on in your life, they are coming to these
you as a
famous,
celebrity.
yes, these famous, and they have this way of treating you. And for you, you would see that this is fake. So what would then happen? I'm just surrounded by many people, but I feel lonely in this room. Because the real
To the
people,
extent that you'll be depressed about.
yeah. Man, you have to be strong. Man, you have a show on the 30th. You have a show on the 7th. You have a show on the 10th. All that is just a program that is put before you, and you have to keep up with that. Man, your fans are saying that you're not good enough.
Oh, I was listening to. No, actually, I was watching. There's a documentary that was published. I am Celine Dion. That's Celine Dion's documentary. You know, she's going through a rough patch. She sort of like was diagnosed with stiff person syndrome. It's a disease that attacks the nerves and so forth. Man, watching that documentary helped me realize what you're talking about. That when you are a celebrity, you have sort of planted these expectations in people's minds.
Yeah.
And it's like now you owe them something.
You're living for them.
For her, she was a musician. And I remember watching this other part where she had to cancel her show because she got sick. Man, she cried.
Imagine.
She cried.
So
She was like, that's all I know how to do, singing. And now with the sickness, at one point she couldn't even walk. And she can't even sing. She can't even hit those higher notes. She started crying. It was so sad. I was like, "Ish, man."
you even felt it. You even felt for it, right? So there is that genuine love that we expect from people, especially the people that we know to be our friends. Just waking up to knowing that, you know what, you lost a friend who was dear to you. Man, as a man, you were taught not to cry. But today's generation, man, we can actually tell that, this is a genuine feeling that they have for this person that they lost. So I'm not comparing this generation to the generations that we coming from. But I'm just saying that, the friendships that we built then were to make sure that Elvis don't cry. Were to make sure that Peter, hey, no matter what you're going through, man, it's okay. So nowadays, I'm just saying that with this, mental awareness and all that men are learning, today we can actually tell that, they're being there for each other, trying to come up with solutions instead of just telling each other that it's okay.
No, yeah, it's fine. I hear you. But I was just trying to dissect the word depression. I don't know, in as much as we acknowledge that it is there, individually, I don't know if we've been through it. Maybe we've been through it, but not to those devastating levels. But at the same time, I know there are some people who are going through it, and they should seek help, professional help.
I'm sure like it varies depending where you come from, who you are, and how you handle situations. Because like from the way I'm seeing it, there's always a trigger, right? Circumstantial events, and there's always that process now where you're depressed. And I think like, imagine someone who doesn't even have friends. They only have maybe online friends.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need someone who's just there by you, give you a hug, embrace you, and tell you like everything's gonna be fine, even if it's not gonna be fine. I'm sure everything will be fine.
You just need that assurance. Somehow you need it.
Yeah, you just need someone to give you that assurance. And also like, how you handle things after that. Like we gotta learn like it's okay not to be okay sometimes.
Yeah.
But you don't have to linger in that for too long. Now that's dangerous. Because you can trigger a whole lot of other things like health issues. I'm thinking like things like, how people get stomach ulcers, how people even experience memory loss.
Amnesia.
Yeah, amnesia, that one. So sometimes you just need someone to be there by you. If depression is a feeling, then it comes and goes.
Well, every other feeling.
So yeah, as he's speaking, I'm just picturing this, a depreciation of something, right? It's more like it's falling off value. So depression of something is more like you depressing something. When you
you're going down.
Urungo,
You need someone to lift you up.
You're bottling up things. In a sense, you see, I'm saying, Elvis, I go through a tough time. I can't open up. Telling you, I'm just putting it inside. I'm bottling things up. To a certain extent, something to trigger that, like he's saying. But all along,
no, but there's this famous saying that says kunyarara kunokunda kutaura.
In what sense?
In what sense?
Like, in what sense?
In what sense?
Yeah, it's just a saying.
Okay, you're going through a rough patch. You're going through something. Like, whichever factor that leads to depression. So, we've already been taught that, you know what, sometimes you gotta hold it in.
You know what? Like, I see, like, modern days, like, older people, some of them, they don't want to accept the fact that things are changing.
Yeah.
And, like, things they used to come up with as solutions might not work nowadays.
Yeah.
Because we have a whole new, like,
ecosystem and
trends and all that, you see? So, now, kunyarara kunokunda rufu, and you're experiencing something where maybe it doesn't even work.
You're like,
maybe you need someone, you need a therapist.
Ndopainzi nevakomana vamazuva ano ko kana muchiti kumunga kunaipwa kungana ndikundira munga dzacho. You see, so ko kana ndikutoda munga idzodzo.
You're now something.
So
what I said to that phrase here?
It's okay, but what I'm saying is,
your statement.
Honorable member, what I'm saying is, Vakwaramba, in most cases, the challenges that we are facing today, they are so different from maybe then challenges. And if you look at it, the advice that we get from much older people is that advice that they got from their much older people as well. And that's what they had.
Generations behind.
Yeah. And I'm saying, that generational gap that is between us and them, that there is a whole change that happened. And for people to really accept that, I don't know what would have taken place, because for now it's not really coming up together.
Yeah, because some people are just like stuck in the past.
Yeah.
How they used to handle situations or what worked for them. It's not always like something that works for you. Yeah, I mean, it's not everything that worked for your great-grandfather that will work for you.
I know, the times have changed.
Yeah, we can't erase all of the advice they give. No, we can't. But, we gotta pick some stuff and see what's applicable. Not all of it. But nowadays, like, it's more like a depressed person, it's easier for them to get, like, attention online than in person. You know,
and organizations that help people who are depressed.
I'm sure we do.
Do we?
Yeah,
I'm sure we do.
You know, if you're watching, please.
Because I don't even know them too.
Because I feel like health organizations can't address your health without addressing your mental health.
Like, medical help is expensive. How much do you think it is to go for a therapy session?
No, that's true.
No, we can't afford that. Like for most of us,
no, but how much is it?
I don't know. Maybe.
I wonder how much it costs.
Maybe 300 per session.
What?
Yeah.
And how long is the session?
Maybe an hour.
Man, $300 for an hour.
Man.
So you're saying depression is a rich man's problem?
If you put it that way now, I would agree with you somehow. Because Isuzu Takatongo Kura Jagara.
So this is Reynolds' opinion. It's $300 an hour.
So imagine.
We're talking levels now.
Yeah.
Levels of depression. To what extent do you say that I need
but what
to actually go and see a therapist?
One who can come up with 300.
Come to me, your friend.
So
that's 300.
So do you see what they do now? You know, Vano owns organizations to help you with finances. And I'm not attacking anyone, and I'm not saying that that's what we need.
Fine. We have a disclaimer.
What we think, or what we need actually in our communities, we need to be taught mental health. You know, bringing up a solution, do you know that causes mental health to a father of the child? It actually disturbs him. And then there is this organization that would come with it. No, we can actually take care of your baby and send him to school. So imagine you are taking away that responsibility of that father. No, it's okay.
But they can't afford.
It's okay. And I'm not saying that bring about my jobs and stuff to do.
And the organization is not destroying the relationship.
It's not.
Like father and son.
It's helping.
It's helping. But I'm just saying those same organizations, I think, maybe not same, but those.
Need to start teaching about mental
exactly.
health.
The way they approach us should be also the way my mental health organizations should approach. You see, Guti, what could be the triggers that are causing Kutiji? If those things are not addressed and you just bring me fish, it will feed me for that day. And
it's fees for your kid up until he's done with high school.
Sometimes it's just primary school.
In primary.
Yeah, sometimes it's just primary school.
And they will leave you at that.
Yeah, they leave you like
comes
that.
more expensive.
Yeah. And sometimes they will just say, Sakayoka Nordonyora, we are going to pay for only these kind of subjects. 5 subjects. Because
they know that
but half a loaf is better than nothing.
Yeah, I know.
But there are a lot of factors that actually, have to do with this. Yeah, because, we're talking school right now. But sometimes, how can I help you if you don't want the help?
How would you know that I want the help if I don't open
up?
What
I know is people need help.
People need help, but some will be like, okay,
and they will chase after.
I'm sure, for example, you given a situation where someone, the fees gotta be paid, right? And then imagine now, that person growing up, they were told, Murume should provide for the family.
Murume doesn't have to take
Murume, you see? And then now comes you trying to help. It's easier for them to
just say no.
They will never swallow their pride. Never.
And I'm just saying, Gucci.
They'll be like, no, we don't need that. We are fine.
So in order to help someone who's experiencing these mental challenges, depression we're talking, but I'm sure anxiety and others, that person first, they gotta acknowledge that they're experiencing that.
Exactly.
That's the easiest way they're gonna reach out. That's the easiest way they're gonna allow people to come to them. So they gotta acknowledge. So if I don't acknowledge that I'm depressed, or I'm feeling anxious, or I'm sad, or I'm lonely, then how are people gonna help me? Because you can't take challenges in your own hands. You can't, you poison yourself with certain things.
Yeah, talking about that kind of when you brought up celebrities who actually went through depression.
Like most of the cases we hear about depression, always something to do with drugs. What
ending up with drug abuse and all that. So I think that's where they would now resort to seeking help. Because if I just take these drugs, I'm gonna feel numb for the next 10 hours. I'm okay.
And you know what? Maybe they have more education on that. That's what they were taught. That's what they accepted more than like.
That's what fame teaches you, bro.
You see?
That's what fame teaches you.
I think.
So
remember that saying when you know how like people who drink always like to justify themselves. They're like, yeah, you need to drink to forget your worries and stuff. I think now we're taking it to a dangerous side.
Yeah, and that's what's there in our communities, man. That's what our men are going through right now, resorting to, the easier help, tumbwa, mutoriro, and all that. Because I'm saying, Kuti, look, andina basa rekwenda, andina a job, andina kana anything or a source of income. So what am I gonna do? I'm not needed necessarily in this country.
What if you get money to buy the stuff?
Those things, they are what? 50 cents.
Are you giving out the price now?
Yeah, I know. Man, I know. I live within these things.
I know, like we're affected. Like you have family members who are.
So why am I bringing out the issue of prices? To me, getting mental health or what do you call them? A therapist. It's more expensive. So imagine $300 for a session. Yet I can only have 50 cents for Kambwa.
But can you see the progress after taking drugs?
There is no progress.
But can you see the progress after consulting a profession?
I wouldn't know because I've never been through one. Yeah.
I'm sure you'll see the progress.
And I've never been there.
Well, as for me.
But these are real life issues. I feel like today we're tapping into the community much.
Yeah.
We are forgetting about ourselves and our beliefs and talk about community as a whole and what happens within our families. Because man, this depression thing, drugs thing, it's becoming too much in the society.
But we've been having awareness campaigns.
Drug awareness.
No, drug awareness.
Yeah, we are.
Peter.
That's where they address.
Peter.
Yes.
How do you have a drug awareness campaign where you invite musicians to entertain people? And these musicians, by the way, they sing about drugs.
The lyrical content.
Yeah, the lyrics and what they sing about drugs, and you're inviting them. You're like, yeah, this is a drug awareness campaign. And then someone comes on stage, like, hey, when I'm on drugs, I feel good.
And everyone is like, yeah, when I'm on drugs, I feel good.
What are you doing? What are you trying to achieve?
But it's not all of them, though. It's not all of them.
No, come on.
Because
let's look at the music industry. There are only few topics that they talk about.
Yep.
And when they make sense with their lyrics, it's considered boring.
They're after the paper.
When they try to teach, take off Wiki song Mafira Kureva, how much it was
It was attacked.
It was attacked. People were like, no.
No way.
We're used to the Wiki D would sing about promoting drugs and stuff.
Because that's the trend.
Yeah, but that's the trend.
That's what they want. The musicians, they give people what they want.
Those are the kind of people that they will invite to come and entertain you on a drug awareness campaign.
One thing people gotta know is like sometimes they sing things they don't do, man. It's business.
Sometimes. Yeah, but what about your fans, your influence? If we sit here as AfroSaints, talk about things that we don't do, what happens? We're misleading people.
So we don't do drugs, right?
But I'm saying,
I take paracetamol.
If we sit here on the show and be hypocritical about everything, we're lying, we're deceiving people.
So are we calling for mental health awareness to actually reach where it's supposed to reach?
Because I was thinking,
if it's a mental awareness campaign, let it accomplish what it's supposed to accomplish.
You know what I was thinking?
If it is a drug away campaign, awareness campaign, let it at least promote and all the participants.
I have this question for you. Like, have you ever attended a drug awareness campaign?
I had, how
I passed by Harare Gardens. They were having it, and you see people with the banners say no to drugs and all that. And there is a musician that is just singing for the people.
That day,
and the musician, would you describe the person? Think about the musician's history.
Yeah, man, you can actually tell that, you know what?
You get to find out that the musician, he or she,
is just trying to make money.
About drugs.
Yeah, but they're just trying to make money.
That's what I told you. It's about money for them. Most of them, it's about money. It's not about you.
Man, I feel like now we are talking to the organizers of this event.
Me, I feel grateful. You know, we have. I will not mention name, but we have. Yeah, but we have an artist locally who actually admitted to, you know, being a drug abuser and being, you know, influenced by drugs to do certain things. And when he came out, you know, he sought mental health. And when he sought mental health, we actually seeing progress. And, you know, because of drugs, I've learned so much from the people that I've observed who've been through maybe drug abuse and all that.
But you think that person still has the same followers with when he was doing drugs?
Yes, actually, I'm believing that, you know, his following is actually growing.
Brandon, think about this. When there is a show of a certain artist, what do the youth go there for? Do you think it's the music?
Nah, not really. Not really.
It's the mingling.
It's the mingling, of course.
Yeah.
1. 2, it's a getaway plan away from their house, away from mom and dad observing or telling them what to do.
And what do they ask for first before they get there? Amana tukwan tine bodure. Tine plan. And
the plan they're actually talking about.
Because they were made to accept that they think that's what they're going for.
Kufara unofanira kuenda waka, you see.
No, who even taught us that ndokufara kwacho?
It's who started it.
Who?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Wherever you are,
please. We are begging.
You're destroying generations.
Withdraw your culture.
Man,
honorable member, withdraw your culture. You can have fun without taking drugs.
That's true.
Yeah. Look at us.
Think about the consequences and the effects of those things. We have friends, family members who get involved with the drugs. The next thing you know, they are stealing things in the house, in the home.
And you know why?
Selling like whatever they
but would have 50 cents in there.
Yeah, they want the 50 cents.
It's now the addiction that comes. And that's a mental challenge.
Man, I feel sorry for these people.
So do I.
And there is no coming back from that.
Don't we need
there is though.
When you go down that road.
But it's a long process.
It's a long process.
Brando.
Yes, boss.
We have people who started taking drugs, affected them to a point that their mind started going somewhere.
South.
And what's the medication that those people are getting? Is the same pills that they used to take as drugs. Now it has to. Like, they are now living with this condition for the rest of their lives. Taking this medication. And it's the medication that at one point they took, thinking that, it's a drug, let's get high and have fun.
So, with that.
And how did they get the drug?
I don't know.
Where did they get it?
I don't know.
You see, the influence, there's always something that triggers, and especially with the drug abuse and stuff. They call it peer pressure, but I feel like it's a choice, man.
Peer pressure.
You know, peer pressure is them. You can influence me as much as you can.
You can choose to
you can still choose not to do it.
The pressure will still be there.
I know, but you can choose to go the other way.
Yeah, you can.
You can choose to look away.
But it's not everyone who has your mindset, man.
Not everyone is like Joseph.
But
that's one thing you should know. Not everyone can run away.
Now it's Peter and Brandon. They are already involved in these things. Elvis comes along. Due to peer pressure, he feels I need to catch up. I will be the victim of the whole thing. It will end up being me who's paying, and my family paying.
Maybe that's
for the trouble I've caused.
Maybe that's the price you gotta pay.
Like for me, who's got to experiment.
Do you know about
what? Yeah. Like we have those kind of people. They'll be like, yeah, I started taking drugs because the friends I had. But look at the friends. The friends somehow are out of the picture. It's you causing too much trouble for your family.
Maybe they have a better life than you.
Exactly.
I was depressed, my friend. That's why I resorted to drugs.
Sometimes, it's not always depression. Others, it's like, I just wanna,
I just wanna feel
it.
How it feels.
Just wanna experiment.
Just wanted it.
How does it go? A test of it.
Sometimes if it's even peer pressure, you are chilling with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, here, test.
Just once won't hurt,
Just
right?
one. Take it.
You're good.
And
Man.
you only need that one attempt.
It's always first step for everything.
And then,
I'm sure
It's gone.
now gone.
it satisfies your mind. You're like, okay, this is good. Because you
And
just be chilling. Then you continue. You're addicted. Before you know it.
Man, I feel like we have too many problems in life. And we shouldn't be talking about the drugs issue and depression. Come on, we have bigger problems than that. But now, because of the youth and the younger generation, it has now become number one problem.
yeah, because growing up, my drugs. Honestly,
That's the word.
I'm telling you straight up.
I wonder where the
There's a-
standards went.
Do
Do you remember that all these local bars and nightclubs didn't allow
kwaisaendeka
in under 18?
kwaisaendeka
Yeah. Like I told you.
ndara kutongopfuura nepabhawa ka
I told you the other time.
Any elderly person within your street was considered your parent.
hey,
Like I told you.
That
the other
person
time.
would discipline you in front of everyone.
so there was oneness within our communities.
Like everyone cared about the next door neighbor.
Kutonzi mwana wekwamainingi ka kabatei,
Kabate ngakauye kuno.
and then wairohwa ikoko ka
And
paunoenda
then you go
kumba
home.
wairoverwa kuroverwa zvawaroverwa
The person will take you home. Tell your
ndazomurova.
parents,
For more
I met your son doing ABCD.
Mamurova here.
Mamuro, yes, I did. I'm like,
Mirai
that
timwedzi.
Now we
wasn't
need.
that wasn't enough. Now come here, my friend, and you miss dinner.
So I'm just seeing kuti the way
Nowadays,
is different.
I have my
Like
rights.
like you said,
you can't beat me.
you know what? They actually reacting and responding.
Oh, they will tell you.
But,
"Oh, hit me. You are not my mom.
Imagine.
You are not my dad."
I'll report you.
And also if you look at it, iwe ukatorwa mwana wepa next door yatofight na baba wacho.
Oh, Baba might be not in it, but I've seen mothers.
Obvious.
Mothers would grab their child and be like, let's go.
Ande ikoko.
Let's go.
So
Come and show me who did this to you. And the mothers, the voice would be up here, man. And they would try to.
so what's lacking
Like,
within our
retaliate.
community?
We've lost it.
Yeah. What is really lacking in our community is that, we are resorting to violence, to drug abuse, to, all
No,
this.
We are forgetting our cultures.
When we talk about community, we gotta look even inside our churches and so. Man, where did the love go?
That's a good question.
Because I feel like nowadays, man, people barely visit each other.
We are busy. That's like the
Busy
trend.
what?
Busy.
So you're saying that those generations back then were not busy?
Will
They
you
didn't have anything to
Will
do?
you come to the activity on Saturday?
Yes, I will come.
No,
I'm busy, man. That's the honest truth.
Can you?
No, but
this
okay,
brother?
besides invitation to an activity,
Mhm.
ministering efforts,
I'm busy.
you're busy.
Yeah.
What about just a visit? Like a normal visit? You're busy.
With how things have become flexible with all technology and stuff, people are like over. I don't know how they are taking it. Nowadays, yeah. So someone will just say, okay, I would rather just text them. And I won't
No,
go.
but
When they can actually go.
come on.
They're
An
resorting
actual
to what's
visit,
easy.
an actual visit and a face-to-face conversation means so much than a text.
I said that. That's what I mentioned. Like, you see people reaching on social
But they
media,
don't.
but they have to reach in person.
Remember, this is not me attacking church members anyway, but this is true. You hear that there's a funeral of someone. You start to hear members asking each other, where do they stay? What's the address to the house?
They don't even
Man.
know the person.
Yeah,
That's so
because-
sad. That's so
What's
sad.
the address to the house?
Where's
Where
the
did the
love?
love
Man.
No, serious. Like, where did the love go? I know we're talking about the community. Back then, the community was the disciplinary committee, man.
Yep.
Fact.
Some woman who happens to stay within your street who knows you, she meets you whether you're in town, wherever you are, you misbehave, that person will correct you.
You'll be shown the road to Damascus.
Yeah, exactly.
To receive your mental sight.
Nowadays, you said it, you nailed it. Actually. Nowadays, you get beat by a neighbor. You
It's
tell
a
your
war.
parents it's a war.
I just recently
They're like,
I just recently read a story of a certain guy who went on to an extent of poisoning the neighbor's child because he didn't like the child because of the growing feud between the families.
Now that's scary.
So,
Brendan,
Those
we are
are
not
ex-
supposed to be scary on this.
where did the love go? I'm just thinking about that question so deep.
Man, people are looking out for number one these days. We are more selfish than ever. This generation is selfish.
I'm just thinking about our generation.
How many videos have you seen of people fighting, but instead of like breaking the fight off,
People are taking videos.
they're taking videos.
Man,
Cheering for those fighting.
man, times ukanzwa kuti kunze kune fight ukada kubuda kwenda unoona unzi garabasa. I remember.
And I remember also for those elderly people who would watch. I remember, growing up, I had cousins. So growing up with cousins, you tend to fight a lot.
Yeah.
It's not like you hate each other, but it's part of growing up.
Yeah.
Whenever we would fight, I remember at one point, shout out to Ian, we were fighting. And it was the front yard, where the flowers were. And I remember, we went down on the flowers and stuff. And one of my uncles just took a belt. Man, I felt the belt wrapping around me. And I stood up, I was like, hey!
This is more painful than the fight, than the blows I'm getting.
We had to stop.
Yeah.
I felt the belt wrapping around me. The belt thing.
Nowadays,
You start fighting, people will be like, yeah, leave them.
vanonyanyojairira. That's not cool, man.
And before you know, then you start hearing stories next day that, someone lost his eye or someone died.
They died. These days is like to those extremes.
Man.
They died.
So, we are becoming that mobile.
We already have become.
Yeah,
We are now glued to our cell phones more than ever.
Plugged. All
You see, it's this terrible, man. Even during an accident response.
First,
down, man.
Then imagine the police have to tell people that do not take pictures or videos. But still, people are doing it.
It's happening even in our communities, man. This is so sad.
People are crying, languishing with pain. You are there instead of helping,
Shooting the
filming.
So,
it.
are we
You
saying?
want to spread the news.
Are we saying that the modern day technology is contradicting with our culture?
I feel like we've lost ourselves.
It is.
We've lost ourselves.
So it has nothing to do with the culture.
No, it is about culture, but we've lost our way. We've lost those morals and the culture that we used to follow and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's all got to do with certain values. Like we mentioned, depression, love is gone. People don't care about each other. Even when you talk about the depressed, you heard the opening statements you made. When you say, Peter was suffering of depression, what do people say? Like, kakajaidzwa, what is that?
Yeah.
And you tell that to the older generation who don't understand what that means. Like, wow, andashamu, anozviitisa.
So all this is lost.
But still, we gotta find hope in the world.
We
still gotta find hope.
are determined. We are determined, though. That's one thing. Look at us trying to bring about that lost knowledge. We're trying to
Like
bring it back.
Today, we listen to us as community leaders. Not leaders as such, but part of community or concerned community.
I'm just thinking about
members.
the first episode we talked about how we would come for my activities at church to such an extent that, you know, to call a certain group FCC, and some would be like competing with FCC, trying to just, you know what, get the thing done. Nowadays, calling out the youths for activities, my friend, it's hard.
They are busy.
But I'm just saying, we'll be like 20 to 30.
What are they busy doing? You wonder.
They have phones, man. They're like busy chatting and
now, what do we do with cell phones?
We try to look up
the young ones.
We try to look up on AfroSaints with our cell phones.
They're scrolling.
No,
trends.
but there's this bond that people have with their cell phones is too much.
It needs.
That's where all the love.
It's not everyone with
You
this.
need regularization.
You remember, like on last episode, you mentioned how you can help someone who's like, you were talking about like your child. You know, like how you're gonna make sure that, you know, they are using technology wisely. I feel like that's what's lacking. It's not everyone who has someone next to them watching or telling them, like guiding them. You know, everyone is like free. I do what I want when I want to on my device. So
that's something else. But now, man, the community is got a lot of troubles. You start to think of like we talked about depression and drug abuse. You also talk about bullying.
More like.
And nowadays it's even worse. It has reached another level. It's now cyberbullying.
These things are changed.
Yeah.
Things are changing. Yeah.
I mean, like they're changed. Like they're connected. If you look
bullying, drug abuse, depression.
But talking about cyberbullying, I'm just thinking, is this time coach mkomana muombe chitem class? We didn't have this cyberbullying. Hey, I'm just saying that.
Brandon, when you
I'm just saying
there
that.
was no internet.
I'm just saying that.
In Zimbabwe.
We had bullying. In person. We were afraid of this big guy, Kanaguti, someone Ari stream ahead. And that kind of bullying, I think, also played a crucial role. That kind of bullying.
Wow. For the good or the bad?
He's admitting that bullying was good.
No. I'm just saying, look at this. Pakwaramba, you had to be this humble when you would pass by this guy.
I would never support bullying my guy.
No. I'm saying
never.
It turned out to be this cyberbullying now. Mm-hmm. And look at the factors that it's actually causing. You were just afraid of this guy, right? That you take your lunch and you beat you up and you do that. But with cyberbullying, my friend, there is more to it. Imagine being online and being bullied.
Online spaces are public spaces. There is no limit to who can hear about it.
Like,
how can you cyber bully someone like that?
Like, what you mean when you say cyberbullying? What you talking about?
No, like using social media or internet platforms to bully someone.
Kuti isusu patenge tiri kuchikoro taibhuliwa tichitori
body shaming. That's why nowadays like
it works actually. That's what I want to know. Like, does it work?
So, examples to them like body shaming someone.
Does it work?
Or you hear stories of Peter dropping pictures of ex-girlfriends. Like, you know those kind of pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Like
we posting you
posting, yeah? For the trend.
But it actually works.
Or just going into the comment section and then dropping a huge bomb.
So which is worse? Both are worse?
One is serious.
Online. Cyber is serious, my friend.
No, cyber is serious in a... No, but I think...
Both?
If it's a scale, it's balanced.
I'm just saying this guy is taking my lunchbox in class.
Have you ever had such a guy?
No.
Your lunchbox?
No. Hey, my guy.
You were the one taking the lunchbox.
No, but you have this guy. He's there. I know that is Peter.
You bring pocket money.
Peter, I know Peter is the bully. Peter, when he comes, Mama, to my lunch. I have a tribute to pay. Right? I have a tribute to pay. But not with cyberbullying, like you're talking about.
No,
Cyberbullying, I feel
cyberbullying is
It's like a whole different.
yeah,
because
it's a different.
like I said, there is no limit to how many people will view whatever is posted.
Yeah.
Being hacked.
It's an international platform.
It can go for generations.
Exactly. And whatever is posted online remains there.
Yeah.
There is always a reference. You search about it.
Yeah.
Something that happened 5 years ago, it's still there.
Still around. That one is serious.
It's so
and
sad.
imagine, it's not just your class of 40 kids
Hey,
who know that you're bullied.
hey guys,
The whole world of Zimbabwe, Africa,
guys that are watching, I would love to just invite you to just share with us. What do you think about cyberbullying and this physical bullying that we are talking about?
And what should be some sort of penalty for cyberbullying?
Yo. Pana katombobatwa kati I'm the one who was cyberbullying someone.
Is that a question?
I'm just asking, is there anyone who's been caught doing that?
We have seen examples. Like I said, there is enough like body shaming.
Yeah, I understand.
I can post a picture. Then now we start coming on it and be like, oh,
But look at this.
We say a lot of stuff.
You say a lot of stuff. But
That's
look at the internet. You choose who to comment.
Yeah, but there are some people who don't care, man. They don't have.
There are people who don't know. Like,
and there are people who stay online.
How to?
Whether they know the person or not, they don't care. And think about it. Someone's pictures mistakenly gets posted. Who's going to view them?
What?
The whole world. Because you were trending.
What were you doing with the pictures in the first place?
I don't know. Now you have to ask whoever has.
Like,
why were you even doing it?
cyberbullied? My
How did
pictures
you
are
do that?
online.
Yeah, now you have to ask the victims why they were taking such pictures.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, like, which
But
one
you
is
know,
worse?
There's sometimes
Which one
that
is
people
worse?
lose morals, start to do certain things. We are not judging them, but this ndokuti vanhu, you get it?
Yeah,
People will start doing this for fun,
yeah.
and then it gets to another level. Maybe it was done in a moment of craziness, out of love, or what they think is love.
Moment of craziness.
Moment of craziness. So whatever is posted is captured around those moments.
So we say no
But
to bullying.
I'm saying, like,
We say no to bullying.
so can
No to
don't
bullying.
condone.
So if someone uses your videos or pictures, even those that are good, without your permission, is that cyberbullying?
Yes.
I remember, was I sharing with you last week about like someone I had to ask to go and turn down a friend's pictures?
Yeah.
It was nice. It was nice. We have people, man, who just follow like your socials, downloading stuff, your pictures,
pictures.
and then they go open there's weird channels and
And then
groups
they
and
started
chats,
posting pictures.
and then they start posting.
The channels, man. The
So you gotta
channels.
be careful also what you
Yeah.
post as
Yeah, you know, what you post really matters.
social influencers.
Yeah, what you post really matters because the generations that will come from you after you.
Nothing will ever deleted
Exactly.
once it's online.
So that's the sad part.
Delete it. We have kept it.
So what happened? What happened?
It's still sitting somewhere.
What happens to the
Somewhere
victims of bullying? Right, you see, they go back to what? Depression.
Yeah, you are bullied, of course, you are bound to become depressed. Then,
You are bound to resort to certain things, maybe
Yeah.
things you don't even want to
and
do.
bullying is worse too, because whoever is getting bullied, at one point will gather enough courage to go and revenge.
And might end up killing.
The revenge is like, it's like killing or hurting
And some of
someone.
them, they feel like they gotta disappear now.
And they
Or
take
they're
themselves.
like, we
Suicide.
don't deserve to be in this school,
Yeah.
this world.
I'm
Suicide.
Yeah.
Man. Hey, mental health organizations, reach out, please. Reach out to our
There's
communities.
one time I feel like we had a sponsor.
calling in for sponsors.
Who's ready to help those going through this tough times.
But in the scriptures, do we have people that have been depressed?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Where?
In the scriptures.
When?
Which chapter?
How?
That time.
Which time?
Which time?
His time. Paul's time.
Peter, stop playing with us.
I'm not playing with you. I mean,
What happened to Paul? What happened to Paul?
he was depressed of the things that was going through. Like, things he was going through, the churches and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a scripture like that mentions like about him being in so much despair, depressed. You may continue.
Yes, as you
Are you
said.
looking for the scripture?
Yes, he is.
Go ahead
But,
with the reference.
Because I'm just
Pause the picture on there.
I'm just thinking of that. Like, who in the scriptures have went through depression?
I mean, even the prophet Joseph Smith, he went through depression. I was reading the scripture in Joseph Smith history when he was talking about him being young, and when he was facing persecution. Yeah, we are only taught like he faced persecution, right? But have you ever thought it to those lens that he might have been depressed?
I'm thinking about the pioneers too.
Look at his age and the things he was facing. And he even mentioned that there are people he thought like were his friends, and he had expectations on them. But then they were never like really there for him.
Yeah, that causes
Imagine
depression.
someone who's like going through something, and we talked about like, you need friends sometimes, and your friends, they desert you. Like,
No, maybe they just don't know what you're going through at that time.
you think? Or they don't want to
They're
be
not
part of it.
deserting you.
Oh, they don't want to be
Yeah,
part of
as
I
you.
think now we are more selfish than ever. We're like, Peter needs space. So
Maybe that's what he's
We
portraying
assume.
as Peter. We assume
we
things.
don't talk anymore.
yeah, we assume.
We don't communicate.
We assume of like,
We
that's
assume
Peter,
like,
man. He
oh,
loves
maybe
his space.
he's
Yeah.
busy.
Or he's busy.
Hamuvazivi era.
And Anna Peter.
Yeah, vadi zvekutaura nevamwe.
Machinja.
Anna Peter.
You are roasting me again.
No.
Another
No. We are not roasting.
Another one. I see you.
Yeah, so with the help of all these great people that you just mentioned, Paul, Joseph Smith, and rest of the guys in the scriptures, I know we can find a lot that have been persecuted. We're talking about actually Peter himself being, persecuted to a certain extent that he was crucified.
Peter the Apostle.
I think, not you.
I'm alive.
So I'm just thinking that, they had to endure that to a certain extent that, they came a principle in the scripture that we are taught through this enduring. Jesus Christ actually taught us to become more cheerful. Be of good cheer.
Anyways.
So with that, Vakwaramba, I think, so no matter what you're going through, no matter what, the challenges may be, resorting to drugs or the easier way to handle things sometimes is not the way.
Are those the words you're going to leave to the youth?
Oh yeah, you guys,
Talk to them, look them in the eye,
my guys.
and tell them.
I feel so much.
By the way, these are heartfelt words from Brandon.
Yeah, there is help, and it may be not now, nor tomorrow, but there is always help. To you guys that are going through so much, the things that you can't really talk about, I pray for you, and from this heart, I know that I have so much love for you, because you are stronger than you think you are, and you are actually capable of becoming who you really want to be. And I'm not saying that I have it all figured out in my life, but I believe that with you opening up to challenges you're facing comes great help or solutions that can help you to go through whatever that you will be going through. So do not resort to the things that may lead you to become even worse of what you are going through. So do not resort to these things that are harmful to your health, to your body, and the people around you, because they love you and we love you as AfroSaints Podcast.
Namunas Navano. Your
love
family
you.
will always be there for you.
Yeah.
Don't even assume that you are
Alone.
and you're on your own. You have a family. Reach out to them. Speak up. Especially to you, men.
Especially you.
Especially for you.
For the strength of you.
The
For your
youth.
strength.
Peter, what do you want to do?
I mean, we love you.
Please share, subscribe, and
Please share and subscribe. Like. Hit on the notification button. Don't forget the ring, the bell. I mean, I can't say anything different from what Brandon said.
Mm-hmm.
There is still hope, even when you're in time of despair. You can still have even faith.
Mm-hmm.
What you gotta do is reach out. I'm sure like everyone has that one person in their lives who they share stuff with. We have somewhere we go.
Find someone to talk to. Yeah, you're right.
Find a place of refuge. You know, I know there are like a lot of youth there who have experienced the whole. This is not just about
even the elders.
Yeah, and this even goes beyond things to do with depression and alcohol or drug abuse and use. It goes to other lens of certain things. They've experienced a lot. Maybe, growing up, you can still reach out to someone. There is still someone who cares out there. And there is more to life than, the end of it.
word.
Makukutu. Guys, thank you so much for being part of the show today. Thank you, Brandon, for showing up today. Yes, we have to thank you. And we are not mad at you. We know you're on a date. So we just hope that one day we'll get to meet.
Why do you keep bringing that up?
This woman who took you out on a date.
That would be great. One day.
One day we're going to come to his wedding.
Why not?
And be like, this is our man.
And we'll be with our camera.
But thank you for showing up. This is now your boss saying, thank you for showing up.
Grateful.
And a big shout out to the cameraman, the man behind the scenes. Also, big shout out to Omega. She's not around with us today, but in spirit.
In case they're wondering,
with us.
There's an instrument we used last week, like a sound track.
Okay. Yeah, we mentioned that one on the last episode.
We did, right?
Yeah, we were like, okay.
In case they're wondering who made that sound.
In case they forgot.
We gotta remind them. It's our cameraman.
Yeah,
wow.
Our cameraman is so dear.
He's a man of talent.
There's a picture somewhere in the timeline.
It shall be found.
Yeah. And we'll drop his socials too, so that you can go and follow his socials and see his works.
And we're still inviting for 100 subscribers, right?
Yeah, man. So guys, please, we are trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of this week.
Let's go.
And please share with your friends. Subscribe. Support AfroSaints. Support the love.
And stay tuned.
Let us know where the love is.
And as of now, we're gonna love you and leave you once more.
That's what's up.
And we say we'll meet you in the next episode.
Yep, straight up. Peace.
Naiko Zvino Zimbabwe yakawina 2-0.